All right, welcome back. We're going to get straight to Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones, who's joining us live right now in the studio. Mayor, it's good to have you here with us.
Good to be here.
Right now. San Antonio just hit a major milestone this month. We are now the 6th largest city in the country. Yes. We have overtaken Philadelphia, which is great news. But does that come with the pressure of, are we growing economically and in the affordability area as fast as we are in the population?
Well, great questions, right? And these are the questions that frankly keep me up at night, which is we're growing, but is everybody experiencing this the same way? And how can we make sure we are really taking advantage of the natural strategic advantages that we have in our community, right? And so it's great that we're growing, but there are some challenges and opportunities that go along with that, right? Do we have enough good paying jobs, for example, in our community? What is the infrastructure that needs to keep up with that? So for example, I just, right before this, came from a CPS board meeting. And also the mayor also sits on the board of SAWS, right, our water infrastructure. So all of those things, we own them, and that's great, but now how do we maintain them, make sure we're being smart and balancing the needs of community members, small businesses, and then big businesses like Toyotas, et cetera. I think it's also really important that we have a vision of the types of good paying jobs that we want in our community, which is why the week before last, I established the mayor's Economic Security Advisory Group. These are some foundational technologies that we really need to not only help ourselves, but frankly also help the country to capitalize on. So this is why I said I really want us to focus on AI, quantum technology, computing, communications and sensing, biotechnology. We've got great advantages here, and then space manufacturing. These are areas where we already have advantages, and if we are more focused, and this is why I've got a great group of folks helping advise me on how we do that, then I think we'll be a stronger economy for everybody.
So you mentioned something that I was thinking about. That's actually my next question to you, AI. Okay, yes. So I know you just got back from Taiwan, and fun fact, Kaohsiung is our sister city now for the last 40 years. That's so we do a lot of partnerships with them business-wise. Taiwan produces over 60% of the world's semiconductors, 90% of advanced chips. So while you were there having those talks, I'm curious if there was a chance to capitalize on that partnership and bring any of that big tech and to compete with Austin, who's now a big tech hub.
So the reason I wanted to go to Taiwan, if you'll remember last fall, I hosted a group from Taiwan. It was the Taiwan Electric and Electronic Manufacturing Association. Now, that's it's a group that is, again, focused on producing those kinds of products. And their members contribute or make up about 60% of the country's GDP. Right, so they are significant contributors to the economy, and they're in that high-tech field. So what I have found, though, when I've hosted them, is folks know Houston, they know Dallas, and they know Austin, but they don't know San Antonio.
Right.
They don't know that we are 25% cheaper to do business here in San Antonio than in Austin. We've got great advantages, as I just mentioned, our utilities. We have 95,000 advanced manufacturing workers. So going to Taiwan to be able to tell our story is something that I was very excited to do. And I'm very thankful. So in the same way that I've got the Economic Security Advisory Group focused on those 4 areas, AI, quantum, biotechnology, and space manufacturing, the Taiwan president has his own priorities that are very similar: AI, semiconductors, military, security and surveillance, as well as next-gen comms. So based on that, we were able to see the ways in which we could actually elevate our sister city relationship. So, I mean, culture and arts and all that stuff is great. Yeah. But now we've really got to kick it up a notch.
But was there a deal that came out of this in any way? I mean, you talked about AI.
So a company is actually going to be visiting, right? These things, people don't make to snap decisions like that. You know that, right? But I think starting this conversation and helping them understand the infrastructure that we have here, the people, we've got the power, electrical power. Folks are very interested in making sure they've got enough to sustain it. And to your point, we actually, I arranged for us to have a visit at TSMC. So these folks produce the world's best semiconductors. So for us to go there, see it for ourselves, now they, understand that San Antonio is very interested in these things. We're in the early stages of these conversations, but at least San Antonio is finally in these conversations.
Well, then let me ask you this. I was just talking to someone here, the owner of Learn to AI, and he said he has a city contract, and the goal is to make San Antonio one of the top 5 AI-ready cities in the country in 5 years. Do you see us getting there there in 5 years?
Look, I think this is up to us. I think that takes leadership. I think we can't just hope that it happens. I think we have to be deliberate, which is why I established the Economic Security Advisory Group, because we have advantages not only in AI, and we can develop them in quantum. We certainly have advantages in biotech, but now it's about strengthening the linkages across all four areas, right? So I think we've got a great advantage. We have, again, the second largest cyber security workforce outside of the Washington, D.C. area. So we've got natural advantages, and I think being focused about how we strengthen the ecosystem here and bring more of those kinds of business here is what helps us
jobs,
do that.
right?
Because, well, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
I mean, that's what it translates to at the end. Okay, you mentioned D.C. I know you just got back from Washington, D.C. Right now with the Iran war happening. You yourself being a veteran, this is Military City USA, and we're being impacted here. Local families are getting deployed as well. Was that a topic that you discussed while you were in DC, and have you heard any concerns from our local families here regarding that?
Well, I think always, right? Again, this is Military City USA. I think there's also the concern when everybody goes to put gas in their car, right? I mean, this is, as we were just watching your last segment, gas prices are 50% higher than they were just a month ago. I think as Military City USA, we also want to make sure, and frankly, having served at the most senior levels of the Pentagon, you always want to understand, what are the vital national security interests at risk here? What are we trying to accomplish? And how do our partners and allies also understand what's going on here? I'm very concerned at a number of levels when we see that it's not clear what we're trying to achieve here. People's lives are put at risk, and our partners and allies are also now questioning our intentions, on top of the economic conditions for our community being much more difficult, right? We're already living through inflation. We're already living through these ridiculous tariffs. We're already living through short-sighted immigration policies that are driving up labor costs, and now we've got gas that is 50% higher than what it was just a month ago. So my challenge, and frankly, as an Iraq War veteran, is we don't need these forever wars, right, where it's not quite clear what we're trying to accomplish, nor now are we doing this with the support of our partners and our allies. So they think being very clear on what we're trying to accomplish and what's the end game? What's the end game? People's lives should not be needlessly put at risk, and we should not be needlessly tanking our economy.
All right. I know you're getting ready to go to a town hall. It's 5:22.
Yes.
The town hall starts at 6
p.m.
At 6. The public is invited. What are you going to talk about?
So I committed to doing a town hall every month in person, and I am proud to have kept that commitment. This time we will be in District 7 at the Garza Community Center. So everyone's invited to come. You don't have to live in District 7 to come to the town hall. And I get a lot out of these. It gives me an opportunity to update the public in person on what's going on in City Hall, give them an update on what happened in D.C. and Taiwan, and what's going on, other things going on at City Hall, and then of course hear from them, right, which is always the most important conversation. So folks are welcome, 6 p.m. Garza Center this afternoon. All
right, bring your thoughts to the mayor. She's there to listen to you in person, folks. Thank you for joining us tonight. I know we're going to be having these discussions hopefully quite a bit on this show from now on. So
thank you.
Good to see you as always, Mayor.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.